Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
Hard as when you wake up in the morning realizing you don't get to call him and talk to him anymore.
Family and friends are picking up the pieces and, yes, grieving after the fatal tornado ripped through Otter Tail County last night. Tonight, we're learning more about the man who was tragically killed by the tornado.
Valley News Team's Alexandra Kay spoke with friends of Seth Nelson, who say they will always remember his infectious smile.
Hardworking, excellent friend, even better father.
Seth Nelson's childhood friends remember the man who they say was always quick with a joke. He's described as a hardworking man from Battle Lake. But above all, friends say he was a family man.
His twin boys were his absolute world. Became a stepdad to a beautiful little girl.
Seth had just married his high school sweetheart in June.
And kind of knew where he was going and knew what was going to happen next.
He was known as the indestructible one, always a daredevil and never getting hurt. But they couldn't have seen this coming. Seth Nelson was killed by the EF3 tornado in Otter Tail County on Wednesday. Friends say they dropped to their knees when they heard the news.
He was a great person who cared about everybody. He's gonna be a hard one. I'm gonna miss him a lot.
Now Grant and Zach say they'll make sure Seth's kids know just what a man he was.
I'll tell him what a wonderful man he was, caring man, best friend you could ask for, but no matter how good of a friend he was that much better of a dad.
And the Battle Lake community getting through this together.
It's gonna be really hard moving on in Battle Lake without him.
In Otter Tail County, Alexandra Kay, Valley News Live.
There is a GoFundMe account set up for the Nelson family. Donations can also be made at Farmers State Bank. We have links and all the details on our VNL News app.
A couple who lived a few miles away from where Seth Nelson died says that they're thankful they survived the tornado with only minor injuries. They hid in their basement and the tornado went over their house, ripping the structure apart. A vehicle narrowly missed hitting them. They left the hospital feeling grateful to live another day.
I'm just so happy that my parents are okay, because it's unreal that they survived this. I mean, the car landed a few feet from their bodies, so.
As for the future, they're still trying to figure out what to do next. All three of their vehicles were destroyed.
Authorities in Traverse County, Minnesota are investigating a homicide after the remains of a missing Wheaton man were found Monday. The victim has been identified as 68-year-old Terry Lee McCoy. McCoy was reported missing on June 18th. He was last seen June 17th around 5:30 p.m. The medical examiner ruled McCoy's death as a homicide. Fargo's police chief has been working to revise a policy on chokeholds, and now city commissioners may consider banning them. Chief David Todd sent a letter to commissioners saying he's been working with his staff and Mayor Tim Mahoney to revise use of force policies that are in the department's manual. Chief Todd is asking commissioners for more clarity on officer use of chokeholds. The issue is expected to come up at Monday's City Commission meeting.
Authorities are releasing the audio recordings of the former Minneapolis police officers' body cameras. The body camera recordings from two other former officers at the scene revealed George Floyd's many pleas for help and for air and Derek Chauvin's dismissal, saying it'll take a heck of a lot of oxygen to talk. Also in the recordings, Floyd tells the officers trying to put him in the back of a cruiser that he had COVID-19 and he didn't want to go back to that. Chauvin is charged with murder and manslaughter.
One of the officers accused in George Floyd's death is asking for the charges to be dismissed. Thomas Lane is charged with aiding and abetting second-degree murder and second-degree manslaughter. His defense team says there's no probable cause for the charges. Body camera transcripts reveal Lane and another officer were directed to Floyd's vehicle that day because of a fake bill and found counterfeit 20s inside. A witness in the vehicle tells Floyd to stop resisting. Floyd explained he is claustrophobic and that he cannot breathe. Lane is holding on to Floyd's feet, and his attorney says he had a poor view of Derek Chauvin pinning Floyd down. Lane told investigators that he asked Chauvin twice if they should roll Floyd to his side, but Chauvin said no.
Some states across the country are seeing spikes in COVID cases, forcing governors to reinstate restrictions and mask requirements. While North Dakota is seeing an increase in cases, there are concerns the state could be looking at its own spike. While it's too soon to say, the last time there was a spike in numbers, economic restrictions were implemented. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum says that he will not be placing new economic restrictions or requiring mask wearing. While many businesses are requiring customers to wear masks, the governor said he will avoid statewide mandates.
When the numbers started shooting up in Texas and Arizona, mask use went up. You know, when the numbers go down, people have a greater sense of safety, and I think they're understanding that if they're not going to be in close contact with people, that they can choose, you know, when it's appropriate, when it's not appropriate.
The governor added that he won't be placing any travel restrictions across state lines. In past months, there had been health officer orders to self-isolate for 2 weeks following interstate travel. Those orders have since been lifted.
North Dakota is reporting 99 more positive COVID-19 cases. 29 are in Cass County, 23 in Burleigh County, and 1 in Grand Forks County. This brings the active case count in the state to 521. No new deaths are reported, keeping the death toll at 85. 3,464 people are recovered. Minnesota is reporting another noticeable increase in positive COVID-19 cases. 589 more cases are reported, bringing the active case count to 3,480. There have been 5 new deaths, bringing the death toll to 1,490. More than 35,000 people are listed as recovered.